This is what it is, okay? I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
All right, what's up, good people? It's Larry Turnbow, LJ Turnbow. It's a cold day in Michigan. You see, I'm outside. I'm wooled up. You know what I'm saying? Cashmered up, trying to stay warm out here. I wanted to hit y'all with the nature. You know what I'm saying? With the nature view, but it throw the lighting off. So I'm super dark, and you know what I'm saying? You can see that. I don't know. Maybe that is better, but we're just gonna do it like this. But yeah, man. To get into this video, I'm gonna try not to make this too long, but what y'all just saw was a clip from Bruce Lee. It's a popular clip. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe you haven't, where he's talking about being like water and, you know, being able to take the shape of your container. So yeah, I'm gonna just get into it. So the purpose, this video is about, you most likely don't have a purpose for your life, but that's okay though. You know what I mean? You don't have to have some particular thing, you know, that you were born for to feel like your life means something, or you know, to just have purpose as you go about life. Now, it's a kind of an ironic thing, because if you are doing something with purpose, you do it different, right? Like, I mean, all the motivational speakers gonna say, you know, what's your why? If the why is big enough, you can overcome anyhow. And that's true. You know, ironically, you want the why for your entire life, and it's probably not there. You know what I'm saying? Many are called, few are chosen. And, you know, yeah, every so often, you know, some Christ-like person will appear, or some Buddha, or somebody who really come to earth and just shake shit up and really, you know, changes things. But for the most part, there probably is no definite thing that you were born or came here to this earth to do, but that's all right. And even if there was, even if it is, you don't necessarily even have to know what it is to accomplish it. Now, how do that make sense? So let me take a step back here real quick. Bruce Lee was a martial artist. He was a Taoist. He understood all of these Chinese concepts of Qigong, energy work, Taoism. And there's a concept inside Taoism called Wu Wei, which kind of literally translates to non-action or non-doing. And, you know, people call the Wu Wei philosophy the art of effortless living. And it can be compared to the Western idea that you see in the Bible, when Jesus says, walk by faith, not by sight. This is a piece of artwork I created months ago, because this stuff just resonates with me so much, right? I don't know if it's looking inverted on my screen right now. I don't know if it's gonna flip after I record this, but art of effortless living. And all of these are passages out the Tao Te Ching. That's like the Bible of Taoism, right? It's like a fourth of the book. I got about 20 of them on here, but it's 81 of them total. So about a fourth, you know, I put the ones that resonate with me the most. And I'll read a couple before this video is over. But okay, so you don't have a purpose. How can I still go about life? Or, you know, or how do I, even if I do have a purpose but don't know what it is, how do I achieve it? How can I do my purpose even if I don't know what it is? How do I walk by faith and not by sight? How do I let the Tao or God or the universe or whatever guide me to wherever it is that I'm supposed to be? So the first step is, like Bruce Lee was saying, you have to become empty. Now, what does that mean? How do you become empty? You have to let go of these rigid concepts and ideas that you have about yourself and who you are, right? Who you are is in flux. We always growing, we always evolving, we always changing. So you have to let those things go and be open to spontaneity like a child. And that's another thing in this, I was kind of always the Tao, I was always kind of talking about like becoming more like a child, not childish, but childlike, you know. And again, in the Bible, only as children shall ye into the kingdom. Somebody had said something to Jesus, and he made a comment of like, unless you become like little children, you will never know the kingdom, right? This concept also exists in a Hawaiian tradition called Ho'oponopono, where they say, there's only two types of things that inspire your actions. It's bad data and inspiration. Inspiration being coming directly from God, bad data being just what you've been programmed to do throughout your life. So let me not get too off track here, but you have to lose these concepts of who you are, because you'll reach a certain point where you'll say, oh, well, I can't do that, or I won't do that because this is who I am and I don't do these things. But you're not allowing for spontaneity, and you're not allowing for, the inspiration to hit you so that you might do something a little bit outside the box. Let me see if I could give an example. So let's say you super athletic. You play sports, you athletic, you can run fast, you're super strong, all of that, right? And then one day something happened to you in life, and you lose some of your mobility, or you can't run no more, you lose a leg or some shit, right? Who are you now? Your identity was so tied into being this thing, this athletic person. Now you can't use that anymore. You don't know who you are anymore. You know what I mean? I think it was like some NBA players who was talking about that. They was trying to cope with life after retirement, because it's like, damn, I've been playing ball my whole life. Now I don't play ball no more. I don't even know what to do with myself. Who am I? Like, I'm losing my sense of self. Let me read one thing off of here, right? Let me see. I gotta find the right one. The Supreme Good. Okay. Men are born soft and supple. Dead, they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant. Dead, they are brittle and dry. Thus, whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. The hard and stiff will be broken. The soft and supple will prevail. And that's another concept of Wu Wei. The soft will overcome the hard. I might make another video about that later. But to any fellas that's watching this, the writer of this says, they admits it, that Taoism or the Wu Wei is more yin in its philosophy, or it's more female in its philosophy. So I know certain guys might not really resonate with you as much, talking about, because it's more of a masculine principle to be firm, right? Man is more like a mountain, sturdy, principled, unmoved, not quick to, hard to move, consistent. Whereas woman is more like an ocean, vast, an abyss, high tides, low tides, it's subject to change, right? So this whole thing about flowing and whatnot, and being soft and supple, that might resonate more with a woman at first time you hear it, you know what I mean? Good luck trying to tell a grown-ass man he needs to be more soft and supple. Like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get me killed out here. But I encourage you to just think about it a little deeper, though. And then, of course, all Zen philosophies are yin and yang, so it's balance. I ain't saying, just become some extremely soft-ass man out here, but understand this concept, though, and you can apply it at times. You have to allow for change. You have to allow yourself to evolve and flow. You have to be like water. You take the shape of this container. Your identity isn't so rigid, and when you're like that, inspiration can come to you, or the Tao or the universe is able to use you now, because you have a certain level of trust in your heart and mind with the way things work, and that you'll be led to what you need to be led to. So And, you know, through, if you're looking at this through a Christian paradigm, it's, you know, I have complete and absolute faith and trust in God. So I don't have to try to make stuff happen myself. I don't have to try to force things. I know that God is going to lead me, you know, to where I need to go. I just got to get right with him. And from there, you know, whatever comes my way, right? That's the kind of the Christian concept of that. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to know your purpose. You just got to trust in God. Or, you know, in the more Eastern philosophy, you don't have to force things to happen. You just allow things to come and go. And you know, you're okay with whatever it might be. Like, even if it's something that you consider low level or whatever, I mean, so be it. That's another principle. Like, you know, it's what's worse, success or failure. Let me see if I can read it. This is a slight ramble, y'all. I want to do my best to stay on point and talk about it, but ideas just come to me as I talk about this. And you know, I don't got no script. I'm not trying to read a lecture here. I'm just speaking my mind. Fame or integrity, which is more important? Money or happiness, which is more valuable? Success or failure, which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you'll never truly be fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you'll never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there's nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. So, you know, you don't have to chase things. You know, you can allow things to come and go. I'm even practicing Wu Wei with these videos, right? Because here's another way to state the idea of it. There's nothing in particular that I'm looking to receive or to get back from me making this video, right? I don't have nothing to sell you. I mean, I might, you know, put a phone number or whatever. You could DM me if you want to talk or if this resonate with you, but I don't have nothing to sell you. It's not, I don't have an ulterior motive. I'm just putting this out there, and it will affect who it needs to affect at the time it needs to affect them and the way that it needs to affect them. And whether or not I ever find out about it or get any acknowledgement or recognition from it is irrelevant. Because I don't need you know, the applause or the clap or the rewards, right? The reward is me, is the feeling I get internally, knowing that I'm just walking in accordance with my faith or with a certain a mindset or, you know, understanding universal laws. I'm walking in accordance, and, you know, that gives me a certain fulfillment internally. It's kind of, and this is in the Bible too. You know, the passage about Jesus saying to somebody, you know, pray in your room. When you want to say a prayer, you want something, go in your room and pray in silence. If you do a big spectacle and you praying in front of a bunch of people, you've already received your reward. You received the praises of men. Oh, you know, he gave a great speech. Oh, that was great. Wow, oh, he's such a great speaker. You already received your reward. If you really was a believer, you know what I'm saying, you don't need a bunch of other people to hear what you're saying. Just go in your room and pray silently. You know, same kind of idea. And then, you know, we'll commune that way. So, yeah, you know, as you can see, it's a lot of similarities between the Eastern and Western thought, but I don't have no purpose with this video, and yet, other than me just expressing what I have in me internally, but, you know, it's very possible that somebody will hear this and it'll affect them, and, you know, they might start thinking about things a little bit differently. You don't have to have a purpose for everything, and that's okay. Like, you're free to make it's free. You're free to make it what you want it to be, right? This is one book that I swear by, and I don't even read a whole lot that much these days. Deep Work, Cal Newport. He has 3 books. I encourage everybody to read them: Digital Minimalism, Deep Work, and Be So Good They Can't Ignore You. But in this book, it says Rules for Focused Success in the Distracted World. Oh yeah, the Be So Good It Can't Ignore You is more along the point of what I'm trying to make here. Why skills trumps passion in the modern world. This goes back to passion and purpose. Everybody want to, I want to discover my purpose, or I want to discover what I'm passionate about. Your passion, the evidence suggests that you most likely are not innately passionate about anything from the day you come out the womb. You become passionate about whatever you do repeatedly, get good at, are compensated for, and acknowledged for. So you can ask any skilled tradesman when they first got into their trade, were they passionate about it? And the answer was probably not. I needed a way to pay my way through life. I needed something I could do, you know what I mean, that allowed me to support myself. But after doing something for 25 years and 20 years, developing a certain level of expertise, yeah, you're going to take pride in what you do. Even if it ain't your favorite thing in the world to do, you're going to take some pride in it because you spend so much time learning it and perfecting it. Right? So passion, if 9 times out of 10 is not something you know, that you discover. It's just waiting there for you to figure out what it is. It's a becoming thing. You become passionate about something, or you find a purpose. You create a purpose for yourself, and you know the power is back in your hands. Same with people. Saying that you were born with a particular purpose for one particular purpose is like saying you were born with a soulmate, and that it's only one person on planet Earth that you know that you're gonna resonate with, and you know what I mean, be able to be in a fulfilling relationship with. What's the likelihood of that? That's tragic, because if that's true, it's tragic because we know most people don't find it. So that's a sick joke by God if he made everybody on earth have a soulmate and most people ain't gonna never find it. That's actually kind of fucked up, God, for him to do something like that. You know what I mean? So you can take that same mentality with your purpose. It's okay that you don't have one. You create it. You make it. And now you can stop wasting so much time, because this is a game that can go on forever. I pick stuff up and I put it down. Oh, I really like this, but is this what I'm really passionate about though? I mean, should I stick with it? Because, you know, I want to go try this because I might be more passionate about that. No, you passionate about whatever you do repeatedly, get good at, get compensated for, and are acknowledged for. Now, granted, maybe you will inherently just kind of like certain things more than other. We got different personalities. People wire different parts of your brain dominant. Maybe you're more artistic, maybe you're more logical. So some stuff will come to you more natural than others. But this is a game that you can play forever and waste your life. Oh, I got to find what I'm passionate about, and I'm not sure if this is. And you forever picking up and putting stuff down, and you don't stick with one. Oh, well, you know, I really like this person, but, you know, are they the one? There is no one. Two people can decide. The one is whoever chooses to do the work with you to become the one. Somebody can become the one the same way that you become passionate about something, right? But that's a conscious choice two people make. You can make the decision to become the one for each other instead of trying to find the one somewhere under a rock. You know what I mean? God hid the one from you on the 4 corners of earth, and you got to travel around, you know what I mean, trying to find the one, or trying to find your purpose, or trying to find whatever. You know, life is complex, and we go through different phases. Like, what if you didn't find your purpose until you was like 50? So the whole first 50 years of your life was pointless, and you wasn't doing nothing until now. You know what I mean? Like, what we had, 17 minutes. I don't want to draw this video out too long, but it's kind of was a ramble. I hope it made sense. I kind of hope I kept some type of direction with what I'm saying here, but Wu Wei is the art of effortless living. It's the art of sailing versus the art of rowing. Rowing is a very labor-intensive activity. It requires you to keep pushing and pushing, and you know what I mean, against the current. Whereas sailing, don't get me wrong, there's work involved in that as well. But the general idea is you set the sail and you let the wind carry you. You keep your energy. You preserve your energy. You let the wind do it. You just go naturally with the current. You shape events as they come versus trying to force everything to happen. Because what happens when you try to force stuff? You know, the more you try to force a relationship with that girl, the more she kind of not interested. The more you try to force a relationship with that guy, the less he really like you. You know, I know we all have experienced this in our life in some kind of way. You trying to make something happen, and when you know, it won't happen. But then when you forget about it and stop caring, that's when it happens. It's kind of like one of the principles of magic. You know, you got to let go. And yeah, man, you don't have to have a purpose. That's okay. And even if you do, you can accomplish it by allowing yourself to not be so rigid, to, you know, lose the concepts of who you think you are, which will prevent you from doing certain things, right? Or trying certain things, or allowing certain things to happen, having expectations. Be like a child. A child just does stuff purely for the enjoyment. I never had any goals whatsoever related to art. Anybody who follow me on IG or whatever, you probably remember 2019, in 2020, I was doing a lot with art, appraisals, you know, furniture design, interior design, estate sale stuff. I never had any goals with art. It was purely for the enjoyment. It was, you know, like a kid, just doing something that they enjoy. I didn't force nothing with that. I just allowed everything to come. And what do you know? Before you know it, oh, I got an art mentor. I learned, I'm being taught about art history. I'm learning interior design. I'm brushing shoulders with judges. You know what I mean? I met a 36th district court judge because she liked to paint and she liked art too. You know, doctor. I'm meeting couples who are doctors, and you know what I mean, they looking at me like I'm the one to get to know. They hustling up trying to be my friend more than I'm trying to be their friend. Like I'm the prize. You know what I'm saying? And it's no other area of my life where I'm really brushing shoulders with these types of people. But just from me scribbling in my notebook and burning stuff on the cutting boards, you know what I mean, wood burning, this whole world opened up to me. But if I would have had a goal with that, like, oh, well, I got to make art so that I can achieve this, and this, that, and the third, it would have influenced how I went about it. It would have influenced the type of things that I made. You know what I mean? It would have influenced my willingness to do it, because now I'm overwhelmed because, damn, I'm making stuff and ain't nobody buying it. And when none of that was on my mind, I just took action. So yeah, y'all, I could ramble all day, and there's so many different points. I think I kind of overlapped, but I don't know, man. If y'all didn't get nothing else from this video, shout out to anybody who watched this whole thing. Same with these videos. I have no expectations, man. For all I know, ain't nobody ever gonna watch none of these. But anybody who watched this whole thing, water takes the shape of its container, like Bruce Lee said. You don't have to have a purpose. Just be alive, man. Just live. Experience. Life is not a problem to be solved. It's an experience to be had. You know, allow things to come and go. Don't be so rigid in your identity. This is going to be harder for guys and girls because of how we, you know, it's not necessarily a masculine principle, but don't be so rigid in your identity, because like I said, the hard and stiff will be broken, right? Plants are born soft and supple, dead, they're stiff and brittle. So to be stiff and hard and rigid and unchanging is to be a disciple of death. To be soft and supple is to be a disciple of life. I think that's my cue, because homie coming over here to cut the grass. But yeah, man, that was my first video in the spirituality series. I hope somebody got something from this. I'm almost positive, 100% sure I'm gonna make another Wu Wei video. But yeah, y'all be good.
What is your instinct?
To pray.
In this position, your arms are useless.
Yeah.
Can you kick or stomp me?
No.
Then, if you wish to survive, what do you do?
I don't know.
Bite.
Bite?
Are we not animals? You all right?
I can't find much evidence to the contrary, Lee. Bite, huh?
Biting is efficient in close quarter, but don't make a plan of biting. That is a very good way to lose your teeth.
There's so much to remember.
If you try to remember, you will lose. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
Yeah. Why don't I just stand in front of Bolt and recite that to him? Maybe he'll faint or drown.
When is it?
Tomorrow.
You are not ready.
I know.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying. May it be well with you, Mike.